The indigenous people of Biafra has accused founder of the Niger Delta People's Volunteer Force, Asari Dokubo, of conniving with President Muhammadu Buhari's government to keep Biafra separatist agitators in the southeast and south-south regions of the country. The group alleged that Dokubo was recruiting cult members to work against IPOB members and other agitators loyal to Nnamdi Kanu. According to IPOB, the youth being recruited by Dokubo are to be paid 150,000 naira per month. In a statement by its media and publicity secretary, Ima Powerful, on Monday, IPOB said, "We are the global movement and family of the indigenous people of Biafra under the command and leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We wish to remind Biafrans and the people living in the coastal region of Biafra land, which Nigeria falsely called South-South or Niger Delta, that it has come to the knowledge and attention of the global family of IPOB how Asari Dokubo and his co-travelers are recruiting cultists and some deluded and gullible Niger Delta militants to fight against the Biafran cause. We don't want to dignify Asari and his criminal recruits with a response, but for clarity's sake, we decided to make this public so that people should not blame us if anything happens. Biafrans living in both coastal area and hinterland are all part of a great nation. They must understand that Asari and his few traitors are trying to create confusion between Igbo Biafra and Izon Biafra, but we are waiting for his recruited boys. He should not think that we are cowards. Let him venture and see what we are capable of doing." IPOB intelligence unit uncovered plan about how Asari is moving around coastal areas of Biafra land recruiting cultists and demented fellows to join the wicked Nigerian security forces, evil politicians including some governors in the southeast region to attack people and blame it on IPOB and ESN operatives. The public should know about this wicked plot in the coastal areas of Biafra by few enemies of Biafra restoration. Asari Dokubo has sealed his contract with the Nigerian government and some southeast politicians in recruiting Ijaw youth to fight Biafra agitators in Biafra hinterland, precisely IPOB and ESN operatives. Currently, they have opened 2 camps in Bayelsa and 1 in Iguacha. Some of the youth they appointed refused the offer, while some of them accepted the proposed salary of 150 million naira monthly. Their plan is to merge these Ijaw militant youth with Nigeria military and JTF. They will have military uniforms and work with other security operatives to kill those agitating for the restoration of Biafra. IPOB members worldwide and ESN should take preventive measures quickly to avert these evil plans by these murderous agents and their evil plans against Biafra restoration. We should not hesitate to officially notify the public and Biafrans through this press release, especially PANDEF, Ijaw Youth Council, elders and traditional rulers of Izon and Ohaneze Ndigbo leaders, including all other tribal leaders across coastal land of Biafra, to call Asari to order, because we are ready for them at any time they may come. We are aware of the amount paid to him by Hope Uzodinma, ESN Wiki and Fulani people, thinking that they can stop IPOB and ESN. We will disgrace him and his boys. IPOB members worldwide, take note of this treachery by Asari Dokubo and his partners in crime. They must know some evil political and traditional leaders across mainland are colluding with the enemies to fight against the struggle. We want to alert Biafrans that Asari Dokubo is colluding with Fulani security forces and presidency to cause chaos and anarchy in Biafra land. They should never take us for granted. If Asari tries this evil agenda, we will smoke him out from Cotonou in Benin Republic, where he has been hiding. Counter accusations. Well, one thing that we can really bring out from this whole thing is that most of all this information given by hype-up, they are always true. They always see all of these things. The same thing they told us that Fulani, this S-men and whatever, and at the end of the day, it came to be true. With all the DSS and whatever, it came to be true. And when you again look at the antecedents of this man, Asari Dokubo, you begin to ask yourself, where does this man belong to? Because I don't even understand. Because it's like he's the one who is shouting Biafra, Biafra in the whole of South. Because the South are saying that our Oyi, which is fine. Nobody needs to coerce anybody to join any group or to belong to any country. But when you begin to see what is standing for, you are standing against the same IPOB you are talking about, and you have never condemned the atrocities of S-men and the way and manner at which the federal government has been going about this whole thing against the people who are fighting for self-determination. And you begin to ask yourself, where does his loyalty stand? He doesn't condemn anything the government is doing. That even those who are not even part of Biafra know that government is not doing the right thing. But you will never hear Asari Dokubo. Of course, you will tend to believe that yes, what these guys are saying could be true, because from his antecedents and what he stands for, you tend to see that yes, this guy is not serious about the Biafra, because he has never even talked about how Biafra is going to be achieved. Okay, well, Asari Dokubo is a confirmed terrorist in the south working for the Islamic terrorists, but very soon God will take him away, no matter how powerful he may think he is. Okay, that is right. Well, let us see what happens at the end of the day. Sometimes I'm led to sympathize with the claim of the people we call IPOB. What if God wants to use him to liberate Biafrans? It's only God that can decide what will happen to this world. Let him continue. Let him continue. Asari, we from Niger Delta are behind you. Okay? Are you first class citizens now? My heart bleeds anytime I see your villages. People come from far north to own oil wells in your backyard. Igbos want to take your oil. They want to take your oil. That is what they always think about. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this accusation.